Hello, everyone. I'm Nimsha, and I'll be here as tech support during the tutorial. I want to introduce to I want to introduce you to our tutor Mostafa Elzeney. He is a UX designer at Accenture.
Accenture, yeah.
Accenture, and he your design workflow tool showcase and enjoy.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Hi, everyone. Can you see me clearly? Can you hear me clearly? Please let me know in the chat. Let's just make sure everyone is on board. I can see 7 people are already joined, 8, amazing. Can anyone just, type in the chat if you can see me or hear me? I think everyone is getting tired. It's been a long day, I guess. Seek, yeah. Perfect. So Yusuf, yeah. Yes, we can. Perfect. Thank you so much. Please write in the comment, not the comment, it's not a YouTube video, write in the chat instead of the Q&A, and just put the Q&A for the questions, please. Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen now. There we go. Let's bring up the presentation. Perfect. Hi, everyone. How's your day? My name is Mostafa, and I'm really glad to be with you today to talk about the interesting world of AI and how it's affecting the world of design. So I'm really glad to be with all of you today to share my experience, to also get to know you and know what are your experiments with AI and design. So I hope you get comfortable. It's gonna be on 60 minutes workshop. So get yourself comfortable, find a nice place to sit in, grab a coffee or tea, or and let us know where are you from, what do you do, how did you use AI before, do you consider yourself a beginner, an intermediate, or an advanced user? I'm not sure if I can open the chat here at the same time I'm speaking because I can't see it. Perhaps it's better if we close presentation and then check the chat. I'm not sure how this thing works, but okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna start today by 2 disclaimers and 2 goals. So the first disclaimer is I'm not an expert in AI, and I don't think at this point nobody is. It's changing really fast, and every day we have lots of new tools popping up. And I believe it's even for experts, it's difficult to keep up with the progress we have. But I'm interested more in sharing with you my experience with design and as a designer, how I implement AI in my workflows. So this is what I'm here today to do. And the second disclaimer is I believe that we don't have much time today. It's only 60 minutes. So I'm not going to make a huge deep dive into the topics I'm going to discuss with you today. But I really hope that you find 1 or 2 interesting topics from today and do a deep dive, because I believe it's very important to deep dive into these topics. And as for the goals, my first goal is that all of you leave today with a couple of insights, couple of information, something that you can deep dive later on. And the second goal is that you take notes and open your favorite note-taking app, and because I'm going to share lots of links and lots of resources today. So I hope if you manage to achieve these two goals today, I'm gonna be super happy. So a little bit about myself. My name is Mostafa Elzeney. I'm a UX designer, and I actually have a background in engineering and IT. I have 8 years of experience in the field, and I can see someone pop in the chat, so maybe I can. Ah, perfect. So there are people talking about introducing themselves. Amazing. Hi, Ahmad. How are you? You're from Egypt. You're working on process optimization. Interesting. Optimization. Ah, amazing. 1 month. Okay, let us know what you think of AI. How to use AI. Perfect. Now, okay, now I know how to open the chat, so that's great. Yeah, so I have 8 years of experience in the field of engineering and IT, and then I switched careers in 2017 to design because I was really passionate about the field. It was a long process, a lot of passion, a lot of courses. I did travel to Italy to do my master's in product design. And then I graduated in 2020 during COVID. And I worked since then in 4 startups and 1 design agency. And currently I'm working as a UX designer at Accenture Berlin. So that's a little bit about myself. So what about you? Like, did you use AI before? What did you do with it? How did you use it for? Please leave a comment in the chat. Great to know you as well, Ahmad. Thank you. So where did you use AI? Do you use it every day? Do you use it in your work? Something else? Please let me know in the chat. Okay, I believe people are a bit shy today. I hope you get engaged with me, so that would be much better. Amazing. Every minute, yes. I use ChatGPT every day right now. It's something it's becoming a replacement to Google for me. I'm gonna touch down on that later. Cool. So as you noticed, of course, for the last couple of years, AI is taking over the world. Like ChatGPT reached 100 million like users in just 2 months. So it's crazy. Compared to other like apps and services like Instagram, 30 months, it's the adoption rate is crazy. And this opens the door for many opportunities and challenges at the same time. But let's start by defining what AI is. And for this, I choose to talk about 2 of the attributes that I got from a really interesting course that I encourage you to take. It's called Elements of AI. It's totally free. And these 2 attributes are autonomy and adaptivity. So let's break this down. Autonomy is the ability to perform tasks in complex environments without a constant guidance by the user. So this is something that AI can do. You give AI a task, but you don't give AI the steps to do this task. We will talk later about this in details, but I mean that in a sense, if you want to generate, let's say, a picture of a river and a mountain, you don't tell AI, draw the river in this way and do the points in these points, and then draw the mountain in these dimensions. You just speak with AI, speak with a human. You give You give AI your intent, and then AI will understand you and do the task in an autonomous way, and then produce the result. And then the adaptivity is the ability to improve performance and learn from experience, by learning from experience. And this is evident by every day. You see ChatGPT 3.5 and then ChatGPT 4. So there is a huge difference in how AI understands what you want and the quality of the output it produces. So the learning is really fast in AI and scary, to be honest. But yeah, like it's scary and promising at the same time. So it depends on which lens you use to look into things. So AI is changing the world, yeah, and many people say it's changing the world in a bad way. But I believe it's changing the world in a good way. So I like to look into things in the positive side of it, while also making sure to avoid the negative sides. So it's changing the world in a better way because it increases productivity by automating mundane tasks. So basically, you go to AI as your sidekick. You give them tasks that you find boring, that you don't like to do, or it's taking a lot of time to do, or maybe you don't enjoy much, you know? So, and AI can help you do these things in a fast way. So it improves your productivity in a huge way. And at the same time, when you save time, you have more time to do more impactful work, more work that needs strategy thinking or creative thinking, or yeah, like to do important things than the daily mundane stuff. It can also augment your natural abilities. So it helps you make better decisions, and also it reduces the cognitive load that you have, especially when it comes to analyzing data, analyzing numbers. Things like this, AI is really good at. And as well, it created a lot of new businesses. Of course, you noticed all the explosion in tools, and all of that is new business opportunities. Also, new rules are being generated in the field. You notice some rules like prompt engineering, like I noticed also some design rules that starting to pop up, like they start to ask designers to know about AI. So this is something that's gaining steam at the moment. And the other side of the coin, it took away some roles as well. Of course, you notice the amount of layoffs that's been hitting the planet for the last 2 or 3 years. So this is like the impact that AI has on the market. But I believe we have two options at this time. We can either be like pessimistic and say, okay, we're not going to do anything. We don't like that. We're just going to do things as we used to. We continue without a plan. And then next year and the year after, we found ourselves in the same position. Or we can get ready for this and prepare ourselves for the future and learn how to implement AI in our workflows. So I am camp, get ready. And I believe many of you are, because you are here today. And I'm sure many of you have heard this phrase, AI won't replace us, but a person with AI will. And I believe that as well. I believe somebody with AI knowledge will have a great push in productivity, in everyday productivity, to things that will used to take hours now takes minutes. And people who don't use AI will have a hard time keeping up with somebody with AI. So yeah, I believe yeah, AI is very essential nowadays to learn and to excel at. But it's important to know that AI has limitations as well. It's not perfect. For example, it won't figure out what problems to solve. AI doesn't have that, doesn't understand or know how to solve problems. You know, it doesn't have critical thinking, doesn't have creativity like humans. So you should use AI as a sidekick, not as a mentor. And also AI lacks empathy. So AI doesn't empathize with people like humans do. They don't understand human psychology and creativity. So they won't be able to understand what problems people have and how to solve them. So this is something that still humans can do much, much better than AI. Who knows what the future will be like, but this is the status quo of things. It also needs a lot of guidance and has trouble understanding context. So if you give AI anything, to ask AI anything without a clear context, it will have a hard time like getting something useful for you. It will give you answers for sure, but these answers are mostly garbage and they're not gonna be useful for any you. Actually can be harmful for you. So that's a problem with AI. You should provide a lot of context to AI. You can't treat AI as an intern you have in your company. You have to give them a lot of guidance. You have to tell them things that they need to be doing and resources to check. But this intern in your company has the benefit of accessing a lot of information, being really fast. But it needs constant guidance for sure. As a result of that, AI tends to hallucinate a lot. So if you don't give it enough context, it will hallucinate. It will tell you things that are not true. It will mix stuff up, basically. So you have to be really careful with prompting, how to talk to AI. And of course, the bias that are built in AI because of the training, the kind of training the data trained on. So you have to be careful of that as well. This is a really interesting and informative article from NNG. I highly encourage you to check it out later. It talks about AI and the how to start in it for UX designers and for design in general. So let's start with step number 1. So AI is a tool that helps you do creative work faster. It shouldn't be treated as a replacement for critical thinking and problem solving. So this is something we touched on before. It just do things fast, but it can't replace critical thinking and problem solving. So it needs constant human judgment. You have to be in the beginning of the process, in the end of the process, and also checking everything that comes out of AI and double check for error. Don't take anything AI gives you as is and use it in your project. This is really dangerous. Don't do that. You have to always keep checking. As we said before, it tends to hallucinate, but the problem is that it hallucinates with confidence. So it gives you wrong information and it tells you the information with great confidence. So if you are a junior, if you're not a senior a senior designer, for example, and you don't know like the basics or you don't have enough experience, it's very dangerous to take the information you get from AI for granted and use it. So but as for like professionals, if you are a senior designer, you should be able to detect, okay, this is not correct. I should check this. Or you can also ask the AI to provide resources. So this is something I encourage you to do, is to ask AI, give me the resources. Where did you get this from? Because ChatGPT sometimes provides resources, sometimes not. So this is what I usually do. If it doesn't provide resources, I ask, okay, give me, where did you get this from? Show me resources. Or you can also use tools like Perplexity, which is, I believe I replaced Google with Perplexity right now. Because the good thing about Perplexity is that it provides all the resources, all the citations, and put them inside of the answer. So when you read the answer of the prompt, you actually see all the resources where it gets every single line of the answer. So this is very helpful, I believe, for people who don't trust ChatGPT, for example. Tip number 2, with AI, your output is as good as your input. So in other words, garbage in, garbage out. If you put really bad prompt, you will get really bad results. if you put an epic prompt, really detailed, really good, well written, you will get a really amazing output that is really close to what you actually want. So if you don't do that, you will get a really generic answer from ChatGPT or Midjourney or any tool, any AI tool. Because AI doesn't know, it doesn't ask you back. It just has the confidence to just reply you with whatever they mix up in the mixer, you know? So for you to get the best results from AI, it's better to provide context. You have to provide context. You have to be clear what you want AI to tell you, what actually you want to do, in which context you work. So I'm gonna talk in detail more in the next slide about that. So what is the anatomy of a good prompt? How can you do that? So a good prompt has four things. It has context, has task, has a role, and has an expectation. So let's dive deep on that. The best way to explain this is by giving you an example of a really good prompt. So as you can see here, I'm going to read it out. So we are crafting a new shopping app tailored for busy professionals aged 25 to 45 who prioritize efficiency and personalized shopping experiences. Acting as a creative consultant for our design team, your task is to brainstorm a diverse task of potential features we could implement that foster user engagement and convenience. Consider elements like user interface design, seamless payments, options, and integration with other essential services. Use an innovative and enthusiastic tone and provide your answers in bullet points. As you notice, this is a really long prompt, but it's the best way to prompt ChatGPT. Why? Because it has all the elements we spoke about. It has the context. So in the beginning, you give ChatGPT the context that you are crafting a new shopping app tailored for busy professionals. So now ChatGPT knows your context. And now you tell ChatGPT that this is the role I want from you. I want you to act as a creative consultant for our design team. And then you give ChatGPT the task. Your task is to brainstorm a diverse list of potential features we could implement. And the more you explain the task, the better. It has to be detailed. The more details you have, the better answer you get. And you can also put the expectation you want from ChatGPT or from AI. By expectation, I mean, what do you expect the data from AI to be? Do you want to put some constraints? Do you want to have the answers in bullet points, for example? Do you want a specific tone? So anything you expect from AI, you should write in this area. So this is the anatomy of a great prompt that I highly encourage you to follow. Also, you can get creative and be longer than this. So I encourage you to try different things as well. So tip number 3, treat the AI's output as a starting point for you to edit. So whatever great output you get from AI, don't act as if this is the final result and you just take it and use it. Use it as a starting point. And ask AI to provide you with multiple options. Sometimes the AI do this on their own, but it's better if you ask for multiple options. So you take one of them and then you iterate on it. So this is the, I believe, the magic of AI, that it has the capacity to iterate fast and provide you with many options at the same time. So what's the AI's impact on design? So there are many things that we can discuss today about how AI is impacting design. So, but we're going to focus more on designing with AI, because there is design for AI, which means that you basically design a product that has AI features in it. like for example, a banking app that has a chat feature in it that helps people open a bank account, for example. So you are designing for the AI features in the app. But today we're gonna focus more on designing with AI. So how to implement AI in your daily workflows in your job. Can I take screenshot? Yeah, be my guest. You can definitely do that. Cool. Oops, let's go back. So let's focus on designing with AI. So as many of you may know, the design process, the discovery, the find phase, the ideation phase, the prototype, the design process that we more or less follow in our design projects. And AI now can be used in all of them. You can, for example, start discovering your users, understanding their problems, do interviews and things like that using Otter AI, which is a really nice tool you can use to do interviews with users, and then it will help you generate insights from these interviews. So it's really helpful tool. You can also use it to define the problems in the define phase, and synthesize a lot of information, analyze a lot of information. So you can use ChatGPT or Bing for that. You can ask ChatGPT to summarize or find insights in the user interviews, find common themes, for example, and write personas and do all these. All these things we'll be testing today in the demo. Also in the ideate phase, where you want to ideate information like solutions, brainstorm solutions. ChatGPT is great for that as well. FigJam and Notion also have great brainstorming capabilities that you can give them a clear context like we agreed, and then it will give you like a lot of brainstorming ideas that you can choose one or two of them to develop or to discover more. And also prototype, like there are many tools right now. Some of them are not there yet, but some of them I believe are really helpful. You can use them in your workflow, like Midjourney, for example. You can, right now I use Midjourney as a replacement for stock footage, to be honest, because it's great. You can be as detailed as you want, and you get great results. There are tools like UIZard as well that can create some UI user interface designs, but I believe they are not there yet. They are not ready yet, but they are improving. We're going to do some testing today with the UIZard, and you will get what I mean. Also Figma, of course. If you're a designer, you should know Figma. It's you know, the standard for UI design. So there are also many plugins in Figma that has AI baked in that you can use to do wireframes or final even final UI. So tip number 4: don't use AI for everything. Learn what AI I cannot do. So AI, some people believe that AI can do everything and they put all their workflow in AI. I don't like that. I believe that if you do that, you lose a lot of the human thinking and human critical thinking. So by relying a lot on AI and what AI can do, I believe it's very important for you, whether you are a designer or not, to know when to use AI and when not to use AI. And I will give you some examples. So for large language models, for example, tools like ChatGPT, FigJam, Bing, Notion, these are great tools to use for brainstorming ideas, interview questions, do some copywriting. ChatGPT is amazing with copywriting, creating images, finding insights from interviews, generating personas even, but real personas, not fake personas. Market research, but I noticed from my testing that using ChatGPT version 4 is much better than 3.5. Yeah, as version 3.5 get to hallucinate a lot and give you really weird results. Also to plan workshops and to summarize long articles and reports. I use ChatGPT a lot for summarizing information. It's really helpful. But as we said before, it's very important to double check what ChatGPT writes, because sometimes it tends to put things in middle of what you are giving it. And that's dangerous. That's not good. So don't use for to replace real data with real users. So don't get fictional data from ChatGPT and use it to build your application. That's a huge no-no, because AI doesn't, as we agreed, AI doesn't have sympathy or empathy, doesn't have critical thinking. So you need to use your critical thinking and your real data and feed it to AI, and then use the AI capabilities to get the output you want. So don't generate fictional personas. That's really dangerous. I see a lot of people who do that on YouTube, and I believe this is not the way to go. Performing design critique. Some people say it's good enough. Some people not. For you who don't know, design critique means that let's say you have an app, you designed an app, and you want to ask an expert if this design is good or not. What are the good things about it? What's the bad things about it? Or you have an existing app and you want to find out why people are not using it, or the adoption rate is low or whatever. So some people started using AI to analyze a design and give feedback. But I believe it's an interesting thing to do, and especially that AI is really good at analyzing data. But I believe it's not ready yet for that. But I believe it's a good thing to discover and to keep testing. You have to be aware of what you're getting from AI and take what AI gives you with a grain of salt. Don't trust everything it gives you. So if it makes your workflow faster, do it. If not, don't do it. And also generating fictional user stories. Anything fictional, using fictional data from AI is not good, especially for design. Okay, jumping to image generation. So I believe maybe you use Midjourney. It's really cool. You can create amazing images with it. In design, you can use Midjourney to create really nice mockups. Storyboards. If you want to tell a story to a client, you can use Midjourney to do storyboards. You can create product images, like if you want to do some renders of the product. It's amazing what Midjourney can do. And creating stock images. I'm using it all the time to do stock images. It's really cool. I notice there are some activity in the chat. Okay, let's go. Are there any AI app for data analysis? Sure, yeah, like ChatGPT can be used for data analysis. Can you elaborate more in your question? You can use the mic if you want. Or you can use the chat, whatever you prefer. Shireen, are you here? Okay, maybe we can do this question later in the end. All right. So let's go to the UI tools to create a UI design. There are many tools right now popping up, like Reloom, like UIZard, and some Figma plugins. I found them really helpful to ideate UI design ideas, but they are not yet a replacement for UI design. So don't treat it as something you would use to make a final product without any adjustment. No, it's not there yet. You you can use it as a way to ideate UI ideas and see that some different options, and then you can choose one of them. We're going to dive deep into that in the workshop, in the end of the workshop. Tip number 5, don't expect one AI tool to do a whole workflow. Instead, integrate AI tools into your existing workflows. So don't ask AI to do an entire workflow from start to finish, give it everything, and then press no. It's better if you find your workflow and then put AI elements in it. I found this interesting, like generic workflow of how to integrate AI. Usually you go by analyzing the problem. The designer prompts AI to generate the output. So you enter your prompt, and then the AI generates the output. And then you iterate. So this process is very important. And then after some numbers of iterations, and of course work outside of AI, you take what AI gives you and you put it with your work after you check everything for error and make sure everything is correct. And then you prepare your final result. So as you can see here, the key is putting the prompt. The key is to write a good prompt. Writing a good prompt, it has an essential role in judging the quality of the output you get from AI. So this pretty much can summarize all the workflows we will have with AI in design. You can see some things in the chat. Excel sheet. Yeah, there are many. Yeah, Shireen, there are many like plugins right now that can do Excel. Yeah, like there are. If you use ChatGPT version 4, you get access to plugins, and I believe now they changed the name plugins to GPTs. So basically, you can look for a GPT that you can upload the Excel sheet, and then you give it a prompt, and then it will analyze the information inside of the Excel sheets. I hope that answers your question. So now we're going to I'm going to like showcase some workflows as examples. So the first one is the research interview guidelines. So let's say that I'm going to conduct an interview, a series of interviews to develop an application, and I need to use AI in that. How can I do that? So you can use tools like Notion, ChatGPT, and Otter. You can start, and you have to start by making a research plan. So don't just go to ChatGPT and start writing prompts. You have to have a plan. And you can see here in the process, you have a human in the beginning, you have a human in the end. This is very important. So you start with a plan, and then you write the plan into Notion. This is what I personally do. I write the plan into Notion. I can either use the AI inside of Notion, or I can use ChatGPT to write the research interview guides. And then I check the information that everything is okay. I compare the plan with the guide that ChatGPT gave me, and I can take what I need from it. And then I start conducting my interviews with the users, and I could record these interviews using Otter AI. And what's nice about Otter AI is it will also give you a complete transcript of the interview with the insights that Otter AI can get from the interview. So you can use these also in your work, and then you present insights to the client. So that's an example of a workflow using AI. Another workflow it's really interesting. It's more creative. So how to use Gen AI for storytelling. This is a project I worked on during my time in Accenture. We used to have this ritual. We basically do the demo day every 2 weeks, which is we invite people to talk about the projects they are working on, or any things that they're reading at the moment, or any interesting thing that they can share with people. And part of this ritual is the poster. So each time somebody makes the presentation, they have to come up with a design for the poster. And for this talk by Mike, hello Mike, if you are watching this, Mike is an amazing business designer in Accenture Berlin, and he was giving a talk about generative AI. That was last year, and my friend Mario had an idea to. So this is the painting of I think his name is, that's not Michelangelo. I think his name is Raphael. Yeah, this is a painting by Raphael. It's named School of Athens, where it has lots of philosophers and thinkers and scientists speaking and discussing. So his idea for the poster is to what if what will happen if AI goes and replace these people? What if AI start to have critical thinking and original ideas? You know. So that was the theme of the poster. So what happened is that he went to ChatGPT. He created a lot of versions of robots or AI, let's say thinkers, and he then put these cutouts inside of the image. So I then took this picture and I then animated it in After Effects, and also put some elements of generated AI generated audio or music, which was really new at that time. And I found something really creepy that I used to reflect the feeling of what would happen if robots start to think like us. And this is the final result. I made an augmented reality experience that shows the entire animation and the robots. Unfortunately, I can't play the music because the music doesn't work in here. But yeah, this is the video. So this is another workflow, starting by the concept, doing the creative visuals in Midjourney, edit in Photoshop, and then animate with After Effects, and then add to an AR scene. So, how are you doing so far? How is everything? You're super quiet today. Okay. Let's go through the questions in the chats. Please, can you do this again? What do you mean, Basil? Can you elaborate more? Shireen, you're doing great. Amazing. Ahmad, great. I'm glad you guys are still awake. I know it's pretty late in the day and you attended lots of other talks and workshops. Cool. Are you ready for the demo? So the first demo is going to be about research analysis and finding insights. I hope you already have the file that was shared before. Did you receive that in email with the guidebook? Please tell me in the chat. It's gonna be really helpful in our workshop. You didn't? No. Okay. 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 How many of you have a ChatGPT account? You don't have to use ChatGPT version 4. You can just use 3.5, the free one. Okay. Nice, Ayman. 4 is amazing. 4 is really good. Yes, I have one. Great. Good. If you don't have, you can create one right now while I'm there doing the demo. But I believe most of you should have, because come on, it's 2024. I believe everyone right now, especially people attending this workshop, should have ChatGPT. Okay, perfect. So for this particular demo, we need only ChatGPT. Later, we will need a Figma account. I'm not sure if you do have a Figma account. How many of you have a Figma account? I do have one as well. Okay, that's good, Omar. Anybody else? Do we have designers here? Are all of us designers, or do you also have other professions as well? Because if you are not a designer, I don't think you would know. I don't think you would know what Figma is. But that's okay. That's totally fine. I can share with you the link. You just can join it. Let's see. Okay, so now I posted the link for the workspace we're going to use to put our final results of the app that we're going to design together. Okay, I posted the link now. So if you don't have the account, it will ask you to create an account, I believe. Shreen, you are a quality auditor. Great. What else? I send the link right now. The Ahmad, just above Omar's comments. Okay, to save time, I'm going to just paste. I'm gonna look for the link of the file. I think I can just share the file here. Wait, I can just have to share the file here. Let me check. Link share is restricted. I think, yeah, maybe the link sharing is restricted. That's why you can't see the link. Okay, let me check for the file that I shared earlier with the DSC, and hopefully it will solve all our problems. It's here. Okay, I got it. I think I just can drag and drop the file here. Okay, I sent you the file. Can you see it now? Farah, let me check the link you sent. Ah, yes, exactly. This is the link I'm talking about. Thank you so much. Yes, this is the one. So yeah, basically, I wrote in this guide that you need to have a Figma account, a ChatGPT, and a user account, so you can do the exercise with me, basically. Perfect. So now I can start with the demo. Let's do this. So first, I'm going to use ChatGPT here. I'm going to use ChatGPT 3.5 because maybe some of you don't have version 4, so it's better to use 3.5. So I'm going to create a new picture. Can you all see what I'm doing? Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Ahmed. Okay, so let's start with the first task that we want to do. Let's go back to the task at hand. So we want to do a research analysis and find insights. So by that, I mean to analyze user interviews. So I have some user interviews that I put in Notion. You will also find the Notion for a Notion link in the file that I sent. Can you all access it? If not, I can also share it with you guys. So it's here, I believe it was workshop materials. I will just share it, just in case if you don't have the file, because it's gonna be much easier. You're gonna just copy paste the prompt. So this is the link. Oh, I forgot that the linking is not work. So I'm not sure. Can you all access Notion? Can you just let me know in the chat? Can you access the link in the file that has all the prompts? Yes, Islam. Exactly. That's the one. Can you all see it? So linking works. So I'm not sure what's wrong with my link. Okay, Rahma, thank you. Great. Okay, let's go. So I'm gonna start by analyze interviews. Okay, so for our first prompts, what I'm trying to do is I have a lot of interviews that I did with people for an application that I'm building for tourism in Egypt. So I have this idea about an application I want to build, and I'm interviewing people to understand the problems. And I want ChatGPT to help me with that. So how can I do that? First, I need to have the interviews. I can't just ask ChatGPT to synthesize interviews for me. It doesn't work this way. So that's why in the end here, I provided you guys with interview questions that you can use for this exercise. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So first of all, I'm going to use this prompt. Let's copy this prompt here to ChatGPT. Okay. Oops, not this one. Copy. Okay. So I can read this right now for you to analyze it together. So I am a member of a design consultancy firm currently involved in the development of a tourism-focused app for Egypt. So this is the context we talked about before, remember? And then as part of our research process, I have conducted a set of interviews with tourists and tour guides in Egypt to identify the current challenges and needs. This is also part of the context. Below, you will find the complete transcripts of these interviews. Your task is to thoroughly analyze the interviews and extract key insights that will inform the development of the app. And then I need to also add the interview, the entire interviews. So it will go through all of them. So go back to here and then let's just copy paste all of these guys. So all of these interviews are sectional just for for this demo. But of course, I don't encourage you to use sectional information. Let's paste the interviews. Let's press enter. So this is version 3.5, enter. Okay, now you can see it started already to get some insights from the interviews. Interesting culture and historical exploration. Tourists like Emily Tan and Sarah Johnson are drawn to Egypt primarily for its rich historical and cultural heritage. So this is interesting. It's already starting to see insights and see patterns. Number 2, need for reliable information sources. Tourists heavily rely on online resources such as travel, forums, blogs. Okay. Personalized recommendations. Really interesting. Perfect. And then it went on and said, based on these insights, the app can be designed to offer comprehensive and immersive experiences for tourists visiting Egypt. And it already gave me some of the features, which I actually was going to ask to do later, but it went on and did it anyway. I believe this is nice. This is not bad, but I'm not gonna build on that at the moment. I'm just gonna continue. And next step is to generate a problem statement. So now I need, I now did the synthesis of these interviews. Now I have some insights. In reality, what I would do is to also do some my research as well and understand the problem and then come up with the problem statement. But for the sake of this demo, I'm just gonna use the information I have right now to generate the problem statement. So to do that, I prepared this prompt. Use the insight you found to form a problem statement that summarizes and sums up the user pain points. Write each, I think there is a typo here, a mistake that sums up, okay. Write each problem statement in a separate bullet point. So see, this is a direction I'm giving to ChatGPT. Use the following guideline to help you to write the statement. So now I'm doing something really interesting. I'm giving ChatGPT some guidelines to train on. So I want ChatGPT, I want to make sure ChatGPT do a problem statement or give me a problem statement according to some guidelines. So the best way to do this is to give ChatGPT the guidelines. And this is, I believe this is really, really important. If you are skeptical of what ChatGPT would give you, just give them the direction, give them the resources to check. So I'm just gonna copy all of that. So this is a really elaborate guidelines on how to write problem statement. I'm not gonna go through everything, of course, right now. I'm just gonna use this here. And I also encourage you all to try new things. Try new prompts, new techniques. Okay, I think I need to fix some stuff here in the sentence. Okay, there we go. Let's see what ChatGPT will tell us or not. Okay, so based on the insights from the interviews, there are some problem statements. Background. So give me, it uses the resources I provided and it's somehow formatted in a similar way, if you know what I mean, which is not exactly what I want. So the information can still be like used and reliable, but the formatting is not what I actually wanted. So this is one of the limitations of ChatGPT 3.5, is that sometimes it doesn't really get what you want. You have to try many times to do that. But I'm choosing to use it because maybe you don't have version 4. So I said, okay, I'm just going to use something that is free. So you can all use it and try it. Okay, so what I can do with these is to iterate, like we talked about that. So we said, okay, please form short sentences for each problem statements using the guidelines I gave you before. Let's see how ChatGPT will respond to that. Again, it's not what I want. It's not really what I want. It's just this is an example of hallucination. Like it's trying to understand what you want, but it doesn't really get what they want. Like it doesn't get the meaning of problem statement, So I'm gonna try something. I believe that the guidelines I'm providing to ChatGPT is confusing ChatGPT. This is what I believe that it's affecting the outputs. So that's what I meant when I said you have to experiment with it. Because I tried the same prompt before and it gave me different results. So I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try to go back up here. Just use this, you see how it goes. See, this is more concise. This is more concise. This is better. Okay, so provide me with a list of problem statements. So I can use one or some of them to iterate and continue with my work, and then in the end design features for the app that I want to do for tourism. Cool. Okay, so how are you doing so far? Everything's fine? Let's go back, see what's next. So let's use these problem statements to generate personas. Are you all familiar with personas? If you are not, you can always ask me in the chats. It's something that we use in design a lot. So let's use these insights we found from the interview to form user personas. These personas should include demographics, motivation and goals, pain points, needs and preferences, and behaviors. The tone should match the tone you use in the insights. Perfect. Rahma, Ahmad, Omar, amazing. Thank you, guys. Okay, so just want to make sure that we are all on the same page here. And without any delay, ChatGPT just gave us the personas. See, you have Emily Tan, the cultural explorer. So I like that it's already, it gave it a name and a title, which we usually do in UX design. Give it a demographic, it extracted the demographics, the motivation and goals, the pain points, the needs and preferences. Of course, you have to go through all of these things and read them. And I believe it's better if you do these things after you actually do the personas yourself. So you use it as a way to double check or see if you missed something. But I believe it's getting there. I believe it has a lot of essence of the information I gave it. And it's super fast. I believe this is the daybreaker. It's really fast. Amazing. Okay, so now I have my personas. So I believe I prepared something like 5 interviews, and now we have 3 personas. So that's a good thing. Okay, so what's next? So now we finished the persona, creating the personas. I would like you all to give it a try now, and I will give you how much time did I allocate for this? I think it was 5 minutes. Or, let me check. Yeah, 5 minutes. You think it's a good time? I think you all also you have the prompts ready. You can just copy paste them, iterate a little bit. Gonna set the timer on my phone just to keep eye on the time. I think we might run a bit late today, but it's okay. If you unless you guys have something else to do, you can also tell me. But I don't mind staying late. Okay, let's set the timer. And as a guideline for you guys, I'm just gonna use oops, this here. If you have trouble accessing anything or any link, you can feel free to tell me in the chat. I will share with you again. Okay, I think we have much time left. Yeah, we have like a minute left. Are you guys done? Ayman done. Amazing, Ayman. How did it go? Omar, perfect. Do you guys have any insights, anything that you found interesting that you want to share with me and the rest of us? Also, which version of ChatGPT do you use? You can use a mic, by the way, if you want to come on board and share your thoughts. Feel free to do that. Feels a bit weird that I'm talking my own. More little. Yeah. Because of prompting is great to be replicated when developing new ideas. Yes, that's true. Yes, it's very important for when you're dealing with ChatGPTs to have a clear sequence in mind of what you want to get from ChatGPT, how to iterate and how to extract specific answers and iterate on them. It's I believe this is an important skill to have, and it takes some practice. That's why I encourage you all to practice a lot with ChatGPT. Um, and with time, you will find yourself getting your answers you want faster. Okay, Omar, GPT hallucinated a bit in the problem statement, so I kept editing on the data with new prompts. Okay, exactly. That's a way to do it. That's the way to do it. Yeah, you just you need to expect hallucinations from GPT. Like don't yeah, don't just take whatever GPT gives you and build on it. You have to have a critical eye and notice any weird stuff. But again, this in version 4 is much better. Um, the good thing also about version 4 is that it has GPTs. Maybe I can show you. I think we already have the time. Okay, now we are in minute 7. So um, yeah. So if you guys have any more thoughts, please let me know in the chats or jump on board. You also have the mic if you want to talk. I also can show you. I think I need to minimize this first. Okay, I can show you like stuff that is available in ChatGPT 4. So you have these interesting GPTs, previously known as plugins. So what's cool about them is that they are a custom ChatGPTs done specifically um, for things like particular things. Like you want a GPT, for example, to give you a career coaching advice. You want a GPT that is can give you good prompts for Midjourney, useful Midjourney. There is a GPT for that. You want a prompt that can improve your prompts. So you give the prompt, you give this GPT the prompt you have, and it will improve the prompt so GPT can understand you in a better way. I know it's weird, but it's really good. So what this is basically the same. It's the same LLM, but it's trained on a specific data. It's not open for everything. It can be open for everything for the internet, but it uses a primary source of information that is trained, and so it can give you a better answer in specific topics. So I advise you to use these, especially if you don't want to share your information with everyone, because if you are working on sensitive information, or if you are working for a company and you did interviews, you have data that's protected, or you have some secret projects you're working on, you don't want to share this with everyone, So you shouldn't use the open ChatGPT. You should have your own GPT here, and you need to set the settings to private. So the large language model, the ChatGPT 4 itself, doesn't train on your data, because by default it will if it's public. Okay, I think for the sake of time, let's move forwards. Thank you for reminding me. So we have, I think, 14 minutes left. Let's go back to the second demo. So brainstorming ideas. So how to use ChatGPT to brainstorm ideas. It's really simple, actually. You go back to file we have here. You have a prompt that we will check now. Let's go back to our chat threads here. By the way, there's another insight as well. You can use a different thread if you want, but if you want to use a different thread, you have to provide enough context of what you want to do. So for example, if you want to start a new thread here with the brainstorming, you have to give all this context. So you have to pick the information you took from GPT, the useful ones, put them in a new front, and then put them in a new thread. That's a way to do it. Another way is to continue the threads. So here's another one. So based on the insights you generated, help me brainstorm ideas to solve these issues. Mentioned, let me move this thing. Yes, please hide it from now. To solve these issues mentioned in the problem statements, be aware that our end goal is to use some of these ideas to develop features in our apps. So here I'm specific about it. So don't give me ideas to do other things, you know. Use an innovative and enthusiastic tone. So I'm setting the tone here, and provide your answer in the bullet points. So this is a constraint. So I'm just gonna go ahead and send this. And it gave me lots of ideas. Okay, comprehensive and historical culture guides. Develop interactive guides within the app over details information about Egypt's historical. Okay, offline access and offline maps. So apparently this is one of the pain points of the personas. Implement offline functionality. Augmented reality, really interesting. I worked on a project like this before in Egypt. Cool. Enable AR-based experiences, overlay historical, really nice. Real-time updates and notifications. Okay, updates on crowd size and major attractions, good. Photography assistant tool, really nice results here. So I can continue, and as we said, we can just, okay, give me more ideas, or I can just use some of these, you know. So what's next is I want to generate app features. So I want to ask GPT to combine ideas. I don't know, let's see, maybe ideas 1 to 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 to form app features. So now it will use the same ideas, but it will help me build them inside of the app as features, you know. So now we have, he decided to label it interactive, historical, and cultural guides. Cool. So we have the AR feature here, you have the multimedia content, videos, audios, and you have the interactive guides. Offline access. Okay, so let's also put the offline thing that was in the brainstorming. So now we have the guides. So sorry, the features of the app. So now what we can do is generate the information architecture. usually in reality, you don't do it this way. But I'm showing you how it can help you, make your workflow faster. But of course, you have to read everything. You have to verify everything. You have to do many things out of ChatGPT and also verify it with the team and with the clients. Cool. So let's make sure. Okay, main navigation. Okay, now I'm setting some constraints. I want the application to have a main navigation of only 4 pages. Okay, and structure the app accordingly. So put all the features that we agreed on according to this structure. So now it generated, let's see, explore subcategories and then guided tours. Okay, that's interesting. So now we generated the information architecture. This concludes the second workshop or the demo. And now we want to jump to the UI part, which is interesting. Can you, I'm not sure if we have time to do this demo. Okay, I will give you 3 minutes. So we have time for the last one. Okay, now you have 3 minutes to do the second demo or the second exercise. Again, I don't mind staying longer, but I'm not sure if this link will also host other workshops or talks. Maybe the support can help me with that. Is it okay if I stay longer? Of course, if everyone also don't mind. Okay, Ayman has a question. Can you recommend a few GPTs that you already use and you believe it would be helpful? Okay, that's an interesting question, Ayman.
Sorry for the interruption. You
No, go
can
ahead.
take 5 minutes extra. Enough.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. I believe that's what I need. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, are you guys working on the demo now? On the exercise? Just I need a confirmation on the chat. Okay, back to your question, Ayman. So let's open. I actually used the one I found the most useful is for now is the Midjourney GPT. Because it really formulates the prompt for you to use in Midjourney in an amazing way and provides you with lots of options, so you can pick the prompts you want and use them in Midjourney until you get the results. There is one I actually worked on, like I developed one myself. It's not public yet, but it's basically for to help me update my CV and my cover letter when applying for jobs. So I put all the information I have. I put a copy of my CV and then the GPT, and then every time there is like a job opening or there is a new thing like I found on LinkedIn that I want to apply for, I just use the GPT to update my information and my cover letter. So I believe this is an interesting way to use AI in your in your side, especially with the very long and boring application process if you're applying for jobs. I hope that answers your question. So 3 minutes have passed. Did you guys manage to finish? Please let me know in the chat. You're super quiet today. Come on, speak up. I know it's late, I know. Done. Perfect. Ayman, do you have any insights you want to share? Was everything working smoothly? Okay, I'm gonna jump to the third one, the last one, and then we will wrap up. So basically, we will take the exercise number 2 that we just did. We take one page that was suggested by AI, and then we will use it to build our UI. So to build our UI, we're going to use UIZard. So this is a tool. I'm not sure if you managed to create an account on it, but I'm just gonna demo it right now so you guys can see it. Hopefully you manage to follow me along. So basically here you have this feature called generate with auto designer. It's still in beta, so it's not perfect, but what you do here is you use AI to describe, you write the description here if you what app you want to design. You write it as if you write for ChatGPT, and then you describe here the style you want for the app to be like. You want it modern, artisty, techy. Of course, it's not definitive, because okay, what do you mean by light? What do you mean by dark? Is it like light and dark, like a design, or is it something else? What is sticky? Like it's not ready yet, but it's an interesting thing to test. There's also a limitation here that you can see it. You only limit it to 300 characters, so don't expect a long description like in ChatGPT. So it has its limitations. But anyway, let's give it a try and see which results we end up with. Until it finishes, I'm gonna also test another tool. It's called Reloom. This one is actually really interesting. It's a bit different than UIZard. It helps you build websites, like responsive websites. But UIZard only can help you, like the AI feature can only help you with apps. No, actually, no. It can generate also websites as well, but the limitation of Reloom is that it doesn't design an app for you. It design a responsive website, basically. Yeah, sorry if this was confusing for you. So yeah, basically here, the good thing about Reloom is that you can be more descriptive. Like you can write a lot of things here. So it will take your prompt and then it will create the actual site map with all the sub pages and everything. So this is very interesting to me. I was testing it the other day. So I already made a prompt ready. Was this one, I believe. Yeah. So let's write this one here, and maybe because we have enough space, we can put the insights we had from here. Remember? So we can just copy paste these and see how it will go. So and of course, it pasted in a really bad way. It do need some adjustment. Sorry for the noise here. Okay, let's go back to UI's and see. Okay, it's still loading. Okay, it's taking a long time. Okay, I think we have something here. Okay, perfect. So here you can see some screens based on the prompt I provided, which is, I believe, it's a good start. It's not there yet for sure. It has really weird icons, for example, here. Yeah, it's a starting point. It's a starting point. But here you have like a tour page. But yeah, you can generate another, you can regenerate, so you can like play with this, your host content, but it has its limitations for sure. Let's go to Relume and let's do the same thing, but yeah, I think this one is not formatted in a good way. Maybe you can reformat it. Maybe you can ask ChatGPT to do it. Okay, it's the best way to do this. You know what? Let's roll with it. Let's just give it that and see how it goes for the sake of time. Okay. I just wanna show you guys how these tools generate the website. So let's see here. It's creating the different divisions of the website. I think it's finished. So let's go to the wireframe. So here you can see it's already starting to create the actual website, the wireframe of the website, which is crazy, to be honest. Like, if you asked me like 3 years or 4 years ago that this is gonna happen, see it has like the logo, the already like a headline, like the Discover Egypt's rich history and culture, explore, a placeholder for the hero picture. Different divisions, like it's, of course it needs a lot of cleaning, but it's a good start. It's a really good start if you are in a fast like project and you want to want an inspiration fast, or you want something you can build on. So this is interesting. And also it has tablet view and mobile view. So this, if you want to do this on Figma, it will take you a long time. But this is like, I believe this tool is gonna change the game. It's gonna change the game. Maybe not yet, but it's getting there. You can see how fast this is. So let's go to chat. 4 minutes left. Okay, thank you for the reminder. So we have 4 minutes left. So do you want to try that? Do you already have accounts on these websites? Please let me know in the chat. If you don't have accounts, I believe it's better if we dedicate the last 4 minutes for Q&A. Anyone? You guys have any questions? Do you have any insights you want to share with me? Thank you, Shireen. It was such a great session. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I hope it was insightful and that
Thank
like
you, Mustafa. It
you
was
can
very
take something
interesting.
from it to develop on. I'm sorry?
Thank you, Mustafa. It was interesting. And thank you, everyone, for
So
attending
much.
the tutorial and being with us today. We will see you tomorrow from 10 a.m. And thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. If you have any questions, this is my LinkedIn and this is my email. Feel free to drop me a line. Let me know how you find this session. Yeah, it was a real pleasure to talk to you today. And I'm looking forward to see your creations. So if you manage to do something interesting with AI, please share with me. This is my contacts. I'm also available for any questions later. And yeah, thank you, Ayman. Thank you so much. Thank you, Basil. Thank you, Omar. I really enjoyed it as well. Thank you. Thank you, Asma. Thank you, Ayman. Oh, thank you, Suri. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Cool. I wish you a beautiful day. And tomorrow I have another session about using AI in creating CVs and how to improve your CV with AI using a technique called SOAR. And some people call it STAR as well. So if you are interested in improving your CV using AI, feel free to join me tomorrow. I believe it's at 11, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but you can check the schedule for tomorrow, and I hope I see you all tomorrow. You can find me on LinkedIn. Okay, I can actually open my LinkedIn. Wait, I can share with you my LinkedIn account. Sorry, my computer is super slow with all the tabs. Here we go. Okay. Perfect. Can you find the link, Ayman? Perfect. Amazing. Cool. I'm looking forward to be in touch with you on LinkedIn. Feel free to drop me a line anytime. I wish you a great day and beautiful evening wherever you are. Let's meet tomorrow for some working on CVs, okay? And please check yes, if you are attending tomorrow's session, check the guideline file that was sent to you. I believe it was sent to you. And because tomorrow's session requires some prep. So be sure to check the file and be ready with your source statements or with your achievements, because we're gonna write together our source statements. Amazing. Let's wrap up. Thank you so much for attending.